I think everyone should attend Content Marketing World.
Content Marketing World is the gold standard of content conferences.
It's the best 3 days in the world.
I've been to a lot of different content strategy, content marketing events, but it feels like this is the real one.
This is the top of the top. This is where the folks that are experts and the experts in content marketing come.
The vibe at Content Marketing World is definitely unique because everybody comes here eager to learn.
Fun content that's educational. A lot of good, frameworks, tips and tricks coming out of it.
Content Marketing World does a really good job of staying relevant with the industry trends.
What I love about it too is it goes across industries, so you're able to learn so much and it's not just focused on one thing.
It's a lot of fun just to hear the magic that's happening at other organizations.
And what's great about it is there's always practical tips and gems that you can take back and apply it to the work you're doing.
One of the reasons why I come to Content Marketing World, to network.
To be able to talk to people who might have been feeling or doing or experiencing the same things that we're going through is incredibly helpful.
There's something really powerful about a room full of people all sort of talking and being like, yeah, that's something that we're dealing with. How are you doing? What are your approaches? And it just forces you to think about it in a way that's much more meaningful.
The community is phenomenal. It's almost like a family reunion.
I love the fact that I feel welcome the moment I walk in. People are smiling at each other.
It's not often you find a place that you're with so many strangers, but they all feel like friends.
People are connecting, people are collaborating, people are looking for ways to expand beyond this event.
This is where the true community for this space lives.
If it's one event that you go to throughout the year, I think it should be this one. I'm going to come back next year and bring my team.
If you work in content marketing, or if you want to work in content marketing, this is the place to be.
Join us for Content Marketing World 2025, September 15th through the 17th in San Diego.
Hello, everyone. It's Amanda with the Content Marketing Institute. I'm so happy to be here with all of you this afternoon for another special edition of Live with CMI. And as always, I'm excited to be joined by my colleague, JK. JK, how are you today?
I am so happy to be here because it is so close to the event. I'm getting so excited. I say it every one of our CM World editions, watching that video at the beginning, talking about Content Marketing World, I just get so giddy because, I tell my family, oh, it's work and blah, blah, blah. I go out there and have the time of my life.
I won't tell them you said that. They know that though already.
They know already.
Yes, we are busy, very, very busy getting ready for Content Marketing World. But that's why we're so excited to share today's special edition with all of you. So what if each email that you sent earned you a 2,000% return on investment? That sounds pretty darn good, right? So today, as part of our CM World special edition here, we are going to be chatting with one of our super awesome speakers who will share her email marketing insights, right, JK?
That's right. Today, we're chatting with our good friend and email marketing wizard, Jessica Best. We're super excited to welcome her to the show and back to the CM World stage this year. So she's got a great story to tell.
Yes, we are very excited. But before we get to all of that, we want to remind you that this live stream is brought to you by the Content Marketing Institute. And if you don't know who we are, we're the leading training and education organization for, you guessed it, all things content and marketing. You can head over to contentmarketinginstitute.com for all kinds of great resources, from research to articles to thought leadership. We got all kinds of great resources over there. So check that out. And as always, as you're joining us here today, please let us know where you're joining us from. Drop it in the comments below. We love to see where all of you are today. And as always, if you have a question for our guest today, drop it down there below and we will try to get to it as best we can, as always here. JK, well, why don't we just, I don't think we have anyone dropping in the chat yet. How about we just get started right into it today? So email marketing remains one of the highest returns on investment of any medium, but many marketers, they're still struggling to get that ROI. So today we have some help. We'll chat about some common mistakes people make, what's working in email marketing right now, and more. Right, JK?
That's right. And, here to help us with it is Jessica Best, owner and chief strategist at BetterAve. And I am so happy to see you again, Jessica. This will be your 10th anniversary of your first content marketing world, correct?
It is. Does that make me, do I get like a green jacket or am I just old?
Well, I might have to pull out the orange jacket for you. It's
okay, there we go. There we go. Ooh, I liked that hairstyle. That was a good one.
Look at that.
We went into our deep in our archives here, Jessica, and we found a picture of your very first content marketing world 10 years ago.
Man, she looks fresh. That's a good one.
I know, it's like every picture, I'm like, oh, the hair gets a little grayer. The hair gets a little more.
Hey, I don't want to hear this discussion.
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay. JK, did you notice that I had to change my title because I think I like Email Wizard better than any of my other titles?
It's pretty bad. Hey, I love
as a person who maybe has a penchant for wizardry, I might be a Harry Potter nerd. Don't out me on national television or anything, but no, Email Wizard, love it. And I love that you guys, the content marketing world has so embraced the importance of the email channel. We talk about content marketing and content, really turning those assets into ROI is about distribution and about distribution to an audience that asked for it. And that's email marketing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been a huge proponent for, I think, ever of email marketing.
Pretty much ever.
You would love it so much. I mean, I heard that Gen Z doesn't even read emails anymore. So why even bother?
Oh, pish. So, okay. They also said that millennials didn't read email marketing. As an elder millennial, I can tell you we got over that really fast as soon as we hit the job market or needed to rent an apartment or literally almost needed to open a social media account.
Seriously.
So it is something that maybe it actually is true that, we look at the statistics of what channels different age ranges prefer. Sure, you're going to text your sister, you're going to Snapstagram your friends, you're going to, they make fun of it because I love it all. But you really do prefer, at each generation, we see that the numbers show that you prefer that brand relationship to be in something sort of containable and permission-based like email marketing. Even Gen Z preferred email over social media. And if you come to my session, I'll give you all the nerdy stats about it. But even a younger generation, once they have sort of the options in front of them, they do use text a lot, but gosh, that's a big hurdle to jump. Like, do you really want a retail brand to have text message authority over your pocket? Maybe, if you really like that retail brand. Do you want a B2B company too?
Yeah.
I think depending on the use case, depending on both sides of the relationship, the brand's voice and the brand's style and the individual that they're sending content to, other channels can maybe be in the mix, but nothing tops the list like email marketing, and that's across generations. You asked why I like it. That's one. It's really fun, but if it wasn't something that actually worked, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
So email marketing for me was an instant love. I actually came from the world of radio. Gosh, I really am doing a good job of dating myself today.
Wow. Yeah.
And I did like it. It was all about personality and content. So I think as a content marketer, it was a great place to start. As a journalist by training, it was a great place to start. And then when I got into, maybe this won't surprise anybody, I worked at a theater company for a while. And as I got into the theater company, it was like the beginnings of email. Like, we have all these things, they call them email addresses, and they bought tickets to something. Should we sell them tickets to something else? And it was very, very immature as a channel. And I fell head over heels in love. I can send an email, and as a non-design person, I can kind of put the ingredients together and still get it out in a reasonable amount of time. It didn't take me like television production schedules amount of time. And once I sent it out, I could sit and hit refresh and just watch people open and click on my email. I was addicted to it. I'm such a person. I'm such an impact person. I immediately fell in love. And the fact that you can send a different version to everybody on your list and make that click-through rate go even higher because each person is getting the thing that's the most relevant to them. There really aren't that many channels left in the digital mix that are that data-driven. Programmatic aside, right? Paid media aside, this for about a tenth of a penny per person can send that person exactly what you know they're going to like. And frankly, they opted in to receive it. So it's kind of cheating on all sides. Like this is a permission-based relationship where we've committed to providing value and they sort of committed to reading it. It's untoppable. I won't hear any other candidate.
Right.
Yeah. Norma says she reads. She's a junkie.
Way to go, Norma. So Jessica, let's get into the nitty gritty a little bit.
Yes.
Like, what common email marketing mistakes do you see even experienced marketers make?
Okay, well, let me tell you one. This is not for experience. I'm going to give you two because one of them is technical and one of them is content based, and we can all use both. The technical one isn't necessarily for experienced marketers, but I will tell you, I think sometimes as a channel specialist, I make the mistake of assuming that everybody knows every trend or change in the marketplace. And that's just not true. Over a year ago, we had a change in authentication protocol requirements. If you have heard about DMARC, yay, you're ahead of the curve. One client came to me and was like, gosh, we are just not seeing like 5% open rates. What is going on? And I was like, I got to be honest, a 5% open rate across the board probably means a 0 at a set of domains. Like all of Gmail is just a 0. And it probably means a deliverability issue. So I took a look. The first thing I do is look at authentication. Is your email technically set up correctly with SPF? This is going to be alphabet soup. SPF, domain keys or DKIM, and now, as of last year, DMARC. Well, if you didn't hear this, Gmail and Yahoo basically said, if you're not playing by the DMARC rules, we're not playing with you at all. So this client comes to me and they're like, we think we have this problem. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy to fix. It would have been easy to set up, but just nobody talked to them about it. So if you have not already invoked the power of DMARC, since I'm on here as an email wizard, DMARC is going to be one of those technical things that has changed in the last 10 years where a lot of email marketing has not. And it's time to start using DMARC, either just putting it out there and leaving it neutral, which is not the ultimate ideal, but that's all that Gmail and Google require for right now, or actually setting it up to make decisions based on if somebody's not authenticated, you actually should send them to spam because it's not us. We authenticated, if that makes sense. So that's my one, like if you haven't done DMARC authentication, please, please, please do that by the time I see you at Content Marketing World. The second piece is a content thing. And I think marketers love clever so much, especially content marketers. We love clever so much that sometimes we're willing to sacrifice clarity.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that subject line. It's like, oh, I'm going to get a high five around the office for that.
Yeah.
So the thing that I still see really experienced marketers make is that they'll almost forget that what they talk to is an echo chamber. We have to remember to back up. The value that we're offering in an email has to go in the subject line, full stop. If it's an offer, it's a free download, whatever the reason is, whatever's in it for me, the reader, you have to put that in the subject line, not the pre-header. We don't even know if they see the pre-header anymore. Not just the headline of the email. It has to be on the outside envelope of that email to do you any good. And so that's the big piece is, subject line is still 40% of why somebody opens your email. Fun fact, I'm going to do a third piece. Sorry. From name is also 40% of why somebody opens your email. Can you think of why? Like, does it resonate with you? 40% of why I'm going to open this email or not is who it's from.
Yeah.
Because I know JK and I know Amanda, but I don't know Bob. Who's Bob? Oh, yeah. Bob's our content manager. I don't know Bob. That's not helpful to me. I think there was a trend for a long time of saying people really appreciate email from people. No, all of my spam is from people. Yeah. So the strength of your brand and building content, that really good reputation for really good content has to really be tied to your brand, even if it's, we've got some celebs in the company in some cases. And so sending from Amanda at CMI might do fine, but just sending from Amanda, if I'm a net new subscriber, it may not. And so being really careful about your from name, because that's as powerful as your subject line in whether or not somebody opens your email.
I thought I was a celebrity, Jessica.
I know you were like a celebrity example, but I think again, we kind of get this like, yeah, of course, Amanda's the voice of, and actually my friends at Orbit Media do the same thing, right? Or Andy will be at Content Marketing World for his, I don't know, 75th year or something. I don't know. And they send from Andy because he is the Orbit Media brand so powerfully. But if you don't know Andy, if you signed up on the Orbit Media blog, you don't know Andy yet. And so just that first email or the first few emails really need to be building the brand relationship before we establish an individual relationship. And while Amanda's never going to leave CMI and Andy's never going to leave Orbit Media, as content marketers, we know that there is movement in the ranks sometimes. And when we leave, we take all of that really good brand goodwill with us. That reputation leaves with that name, which is a bummer. So sending from a brand, something that you can consistently perform under.
Right. Awesome.
I'm giving away like the first 10 slides of my talk right now. Don't worry, it's 100 slides.
That's a lot. It's an hour-and-a-half workshop, right? So you got a lot to pack in there.
It is. And there's actually some hands-on stuff. So I always loved the workshops where I just told you a lot of information. Pause. How are you going to put that into action? Like you're about to go into 2 days that fill your brain to the very tippy top. I want you to write down the to-do. I want you to write yourself an email and schedule it to hit your inbox for the day you get back that says, remember in Jessica's session, we decided we were going to change our from name. Literally put that on your to-do list right now. So giving time during, 90 minutes is not very long. I could talk about email for a long time, but it's a long time to sit still without processing the information. And so I've got at least 3, maybe 4 sections where I'll actually do a little workshopping in the class.
Awesome. So if someone wants to revamp their email strategy, what's maybe 1 or 2 things? What are some of the first things you are telling them, like your advice to them?
Well, so I'll give you a tactic and then I'll give you a tip. So the tactic for me, I actually do, I worked at a big agency for a number of years. I'm one of the, 17 channels that all have to play together. And CRM, first party data, email marketing was my channel. 3 years ago, I went out on my own and now I just get to do the channel. I just get to be like an island. But one of my favorite things is to audit people's email marketing programs because I will literally take a look, not just at your content, what should you be doing? I'm literally going to look at your results. I'm going to dig into what your results are telling you is your best performing messaging, content, call to action, frequency, segmentation approach, right? If I teach you how to look at those numbers, and again, something that you can come to my workshop and I will just tell you about, but the approach to looking back retrospectively or retroactively at your email results, what are your top 10 highest performers? And by the way, make sure you pick the metric you actually care about. Like we don't care about open rates anymore. Open rates are now, well, they were always kind of a lie, but because Apple iOS devices and Gmail are both loading images by default, your open rates have probably gone up by 200%, 100% in the last 3 years. And while I would love to cheers everybody here for their great success, that's actually not your but all that to say, if you take a look at your top performing results, maybe by click-through rate or by high value actions on your website is one of my very favorite ones. So actually looking at the people who went to your website from email, did they do the thing? Fill out the lead form, download the thing, install the free trial, I'm so freaking old. But did they do the next step that you wanted them to do, those high value actions on the website? If you sort your emails by that, there's going to be some truths in the first 10 and some truths in the last 10. You're going to figure out what floats people to the bottom versus what floats people to the top. And the thing that I find in almost all of my audits is that your lowest performers are resends to non-openers.
Wow.
I just said openers are false, right? So the only people that aren't opening your email are definitely not opening your email. They weren't even interested enough to accidentally open. Resending to these people is actually resending to the group of people that's least interested in whatever that offer is. So even just changing the subject line may not be enough to grab those folks' attention. A lot of email platforms build this in, and I get it. I get why it's there, but it's not the biggest win you could have if you actually approach this with a who opened but didn't click, clicked but didn't convert, went to the website but didn't. If you could use email as more of a retargeting tool than a kind of spam cannon, you'd actually see a better result from a lot of those.
Spam
I like
can.
that spam cannon. That's pretty good.
Listen, I've been in the industry long enough that can spam was the only law when I originally started. In 2003, can spam's only rule is if somebody unsubscribes, you have to stop emailing them. Oh, and I had somebody at one point go, for how long? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you have to unsubscribe them, but for like 6 months or a year. And I was like, oh, no, for always. Like,
Yeah.
they can resubscribe. Like, if you get suddenly amazing and excellent and they want to resubscribe, they can do that, but you cannot.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
yeah. Back when we talked about can spam, it was basically you could be a can spam, you could be a spam cannon for however long until somebody unsubscribes, and then you have to stop.
Nice, nice. Well, you touched on this a minute ago, but the email subject line. So what are some tips for, our inboxes are crowded, hard to get attention. So how do you craft those email subject lines? Any little nuggets there?
I do, and I have 2 do's and a don't. 2 truths and a lie. One, remember I said value, right? The value has to be crazy clear in that subject line. So if you have any legitimate reason to use the word free or the word you, those words win. Like in human psychology, those words win, right? You can test your own messaging, figure out what the right combination of words or whatever. The second to do is that subject lines technically give you 85 characters, but we've actually now seen in testing, really the shorter the better, partially because we're trying to front load in case it's on a mobile screen. So it's actually 45 characters is how much you get on a mobile device. If you can put the value in the first 25 characters, my pal Jean Jennings says that you actually see a 40% plus lift in total response rate, like ultimate thing that I wanted them to do, which is a pretty significant lift for such a powerful maybe idea. So shorter is good, but front loaded is better. So wherever that value is, the other thing you can put in subject lines, this seems spammy and it still works. So like until it stops testing as something that works, and I will continue to say it, we are so trained to respond to our first names. Like when I say Amanda, you can feel it in your skin. Like Amanda, you actually said JK's name. And I thought like, oh, she said a J, that might be my name. Like I can feel it in my skin when somebody says or types my name. And now I do the same thing if anybody says the word email. So that just shows you. So first name or personalization. And the reason that that's powerful is it promises that what's inside is for me. So if you abuse that, hey, Jessica, here's something that is completely irrelevant to you. That goes back to the from name, right? I know every time Acme Brand sends me something, it doesn't matter if it says Jessica, it's not relevant to me. I'm going to stop opening it. But if I'm really good at automation and segmentation, and that email really is for me, then I know that that's a good indicator that I'm about to get something that's really targeted. So that's my 2 do's. Oh, what were we going to say? JK, did you have a question?
No. Keep going.
Okay, my one don't, or my one like doesn't matter. People at every conference I go to, people ask me about emojis.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, somebody asked me like, should we use emojis in subject lines? And I was like, I don't know. Do you use the letter E in subject lines? Like emojis are just the lexicon now. I think at one point they did stand out because not that many brands could reasonably use them. It's just part of the language now, and it doesn't stand out as much as it once did. And from an accessibility standpoint, you have to be really careful. So I worked on IHOP for a number of years, and they were very emoji happy. But the stack of pancakes with butter and syrup, that's the alt text for that emoji. So they would use 3 of them. Stack of pancakes with butter and syrup, stack of pancakes with butter. The screen readers wouldn't even get to the subject line. They would give up at like the second or third pancakes with butter and syrup. So if you know that your audience may have somebody that needs a screen reader, even if it's just Alexa, because they're getting their emails read to them in the kitchen, that can kind of take away a lot of the power of your subject line. So I have kind of started tiptoeing to using emojis at the end versus at the beginning, so that my powerful set can go at the beginning.
Wow. So we just talked about like subject lines and how to get the attention, but what type of email content tend to generate the highest engagement, like the engagement rates? Like, people open and you are seeing action coming from it?
Yeah, so this this is my only, I'm going to get my one it depends card out. Okay, so it depends because as content marketers, we know that we've got different content at the beginning, middle, and end, or not end, bottom, recycling. We're in a cycle. At middle funnel, bottom funnel, top of funnel, all over again. So we've got different asks, different ways that we're expecting people to engage with our stuff. For Winnebago, which is not like a Dairy Queen Blizzard, like it's a long decision process. And so for Winnebago, they have this really great top of funnel stuff. And if you're just dreaming or pinning on Pinterest, like if you're still in the, I don't know, someday I'd like to have a Winnebago, frankly, the engagement might be, you opened my email. It's a win. Like, just putting really good life on the road content in front of them is what they're looking for. They're still dreaming. But frankly, there is one of the benefits of email marketing. I know, I'm so in love. One of the benefits of email marketing, we can see these behavior shifts. So suddenly somebody's downloading the actual brochure for this model. That's buying behavior. It's my turn. It's my time. My time has come. It is now a nurture opportunity to move that person into, oh, you're interested in that model? Let me tell you some of the specs that you may not know. Let me give you a behind the scenes tour from our factory of the person who literally assembles this vehicle, right? We're actually moving our content to be more about shopping and comparison. And that's going to be the stuff that works for that person because that's the mental phase that they're in. The thing that I've learned probably above all else is don't waste your call to actions on learn more when somebody is bottom of funnel. Drive now, find a dealer. Like it's time. Yeah. It's time to ask for the close. And I think a lot of us are like, oh no, they'll know. They know that it's tough. No, we don't. We're marketers. We know better than that. They don't know anything unless we put it in front of them in the email. So lower funnel, it's time to really start asking what their rebuttals are and use automation to combat those rebuttals. That's the content that's going to get the click, or that's going to get the, I'd like to request a test drive of a $400,000 vehicle.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So you are our guest this week, and just like every other guest, you are not going to get out of here without answering this question. How is AI changing the email marketing landscape?
Oh, poop. Okay, let me say that there are going to be some really good sessions on AI, especially generative AI. So my big answer to this, JK, is that email marketing has been using AI since I started in 2004. Like, interesting. What we mean when we say AI in 2025 is generative AI, right? Assisted or agent-based AI. Got it. I hear it. And I think you can absolutely use, just like in any content marketing, you can use this in a way where as long as you're managing the intern well, it can potentially give you idea creation or version creation, things like that. It can help you dig into your own database of approved content better than maybe what's filed away in your own brain. But really the power of AI in email marketing isn't the generative side. It's, I am one human being. And if I had to make all of the decisions that happen in email marketing manually, we wouldn't have automation. Like we wouldn't even be able to accomplish some of the things that AI and machine learning have given us in email marketing. And most email platforms even have it built in and just don't call it AI. Meaning we kind of played with the term big data for a while. Well, it's big data because there's more than 10 rows of it. The idea is there's so much there. I can't possibly float to the top what the most impactful segmentation would be. Can you help me do that? I can't possibly know when JK is ready to buy, but I know that you have the data, you have all of the trigger points and you calculated it and you know that JK is ready to buy. That is the most powerful way to use AI and, like I said, and machine learning in your email marketing. Just like on the generative side, you have to check the rules. You have to be in your own systems, receiving your own AI-driven decisions so that if something's going wonky and suddenly they're selling me toilets, I'm like, I was shopping for it already. You want to make sure that you're watching it because I think no matter what the automated decision-making process is, nothing has the same filter as you, the human, the marketer. You know your audience best. You know the cadence that's right. So for example, AI would tell you every time I send an email, I get a click, I should send more email. By the way, I know humans that say that too. As a human, understand that will have diminishing returns at some threshold. So you can have those checks of like, ooh, plus I happen to know that like we're doing paid marketing to that same person using that same email address, and the AI doesn't know that. So you're giving a more human and more holistic view. Just make sure you're checking the work of your little automated robot interns.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mind the question. I said originally, I'm so tired of this question. And I think that everyone is we're getting to that point where AI is going to become just part of the vernacular, and I'm ready. Like I'm ready for that to be, oh, I used, my custom GPT. And especially if we're building our own data centers, if we're building our own intelligence that we're using AI to sort of help us scrape and compile from, that's going to be the win. That's going to be where the trick really comes.
Yeah. It's inescapable right now.
I appreciate that you gave me a heads up before you.
Yeah. Well, one final question here. As you're looking ahead for the rest of this year, maybe next year, what sort of email marketing trends kind of are you looking at?
This is an interesting question because I feel like in 2019, I probably even wrote for the CMI blog, like trends in email marketing. I feel like not only did 2020 erase whatever trends we thought were going to happen, I feel like as we knew would happen, trends happen so much faster now. So like what you're using or what you're trying has such a short shelf life that I tend to stay with my really good base. And then I will put maybe one trial on per month. Like we used to say, test something with every send. And now I literally bet people do not test with every send because that's just, not every test is going to give a winner and you're going to tire yourself out. So try something, test something maybe 10 or 12 times a year. And if it's a new technology or a new approach to copywriting or a new, like one of my favorites for a while was asking a question in the subject line. Just like anything, as soon as every subject line has this teaser question that doesn't actually tell you what the content is, it doesn't work anymore. So like we've seen in social media, the trends can sort of stumble over so fast that by the time marketers get to them, they're already just a little tired. I'd say from a content perspective, I wouldn't focus too much on trends. What I have seen, and this is data-based, again, come to my session. I have lots of nerdy numbers, but only for the first 10 slides. Then we'll have some fun, I swear. But the numbers show that we marketers are increasing our investment in how data drives the decision-making tools that we have, automation, right? Segmentation. More and more and more of that not only gets better results for us, but it's because it's better for the user. It's literally a better product, a better communication vessel for the user. And so I would say if I were to give a cheat answer, as much as I think data should power email, I know that that's not true in especially every content marketer's calendar. So I would say that that's the one that you're definitely going to see ROI from, is start figuring out what data you have and how you can put that data to work for you in email marketing in your content plan so that you're definitely sending the right stuff to the right people at the right moment.
Well, if you can't tell, Jessica knows about email marketing and is very passionate about it. So she will have so much more in the 100 slides she's got ready for her workshop at Content Marketing World. Email marketing for content marketers, drive ROI from your efforts. She will be presenting on Monday, September 15th. If you do not have your ticket yet, please head over to contentmarketingworld.com. Check out the agenda. We have so many great sessions on there, along with Jessica's. You go to hers on one day and then check out another one on the next day. We have so many. So if you go to contentmarketingworld.com, you can even use Live 100 to save $100 off on your ticket. Jessica, why do you love Content Marketing World so much?
Oh man. So I have the same reaction as JK to that video. Like I watched that video and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly it. Like I should probably not say this as one of the speakers, but one of my most valuable components of Content Marketing World is when you're sitting at a table with people you've never talked to before because that was an open seat and you have your lunch and you're just trying to eat. And suddenly you and 10 people are like swapping ideas. So I don't know. What do you think? Like, oh, you do email marketing. What do you think I should do? I do a home goods brand, and we are really big on our blog, but we don't really do a lot but a monthly newsletter. Like, we just start, back and forth and trying things. And frankly, there are collaboration opportunities in that, right? And in email marketing, one of the things we are charged with is we've got to be able to get more out of our list and grow our list. Otherwise, this list gets a little sleepy. This doesn't get us the ROI that we were expecting. And this is a room in which you can make content pals. So collaboration never goes out of style, right? All the trends that we talk about, just finding a brand that's a good partner or a good pair to your brand and doesn't have a competitive product, and finding ways to collaborate, meaning I'm going to give you, my new partner, my new best friend, I'm going to give you an exclusive free download that's just for your audience. But they have to come to my site to download it. And then they do the same thing for you, right? That type of collaboration is always a win-win-win because you're introducing something that you guys have decided means something to your own audiences. So I love that. I love the camaraderie. It absolutely feels like, I was gonna say a high school reunion, but I actually didn't like my high school reunion, so I
always say homecoming. Homecoming
is what?
Like I always say, it's like a homecoming.
Homecoming. That's a better one.
Yeah.
That's a better one. So I'm excited to see everybody there. It is my 10th anniversary, but it is my first time back since pre-pandemic, and I have been so tickled. And I cannot wait to see everybody there. So yes, use the discount code. I love that you guys have the $100 savings right on the webinar. I hope to see you guys there. Bring me your biggest email marketing questions.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jessica. Awesome. This was awesome. We will see you, and I think it's 4 weeks. I think that's where we are now. So I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you soon.
Sounds good.
Take care. See you soon.
Bye.
All right. Awesome.
How fun was that?
We need Jess on. You need to be our third co-host, Jess. So
that's seriously
brings energy for us today. So before we go today, JK, when we've been talking about content marketing world and the partnerships and friendships and stuff that people have, she said, "Don't tease me for a good time." Yes. Well, if you were on LinkedIn last week, many of us were reminiscing about past content marketing worlds, and everyone was sharing their photos from over the years, and it was so great to see everybody's pictures. There's Elvis there.
Yeah. I mean, this was so wonderful and emotional for me because obviously this is our 15th year. It's so cool to see, how many people we made friends across the globe, and people make it a point to come and visit us, just like what we were talking about with Jessica. Like it is literally a homecoming, and just seeing not just pictures from last year or whatever, like that the one of me and Jeremy there, that was taken like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And then
you're like, where's the glasses? I mean, you were like young in that one.
I have like bare arms.
That
I didn't have a gray soul patch. But no,
and then we also shared some of our photos too from over the years. It's a collection of some of our favorite moments that we had.
My gosh. Look how fun. Look at all those smiling faces, huh?
Look at there when you're tatted up there on the bottom left. What are you wearing? Like a vest there? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was the 80s party. And Robert had the Frankie, like, make art, not war, or Frank. And then I had a Ferris Bueller t-shirt and my rock and roll sleeveless jean jacket on.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you guys should all, if you haven't been to Content Marketing World, you should come and check it out. We would love to see all of you. And if you do come, please let us know. JK and I would love to meet you there. We will definitely make time. So
that's the wonderful thing. It's like every year I come back with so many new friends, like you just get, Jessica made the wonderful point. You sit down and you just start chit-chatting with people, and then the next thing you know, you're besties. You're emailing each other out.
It's a very open space. So people are always talking and totally willing to chat with you and meet you and stuff. So we were saying, like, make sure you're taking your phone, your face out of your phone so that you can interact and meet people, because you just never know if you don't look up. So, well, we've had a long show today, so we will be back and actually 2 more weeks for our last special edition of Live with CMI with one more great guest before JK and I head off to San Diego. So until then, we hope you all have a great rest of the week, and we